On the internet, especially on social media, we often hear the term Rule 34, which typically states that anything on the internet has a pornographic version. However, why do we only frequently hear about the Rule 34? What about the other rules? Are there rules beyond 34? How many internet rules are there in fact? Let's analyze. Rules of the internet refers to a loosely organized set of guidelines and sayings that originated from 4chan. Depending on who you consult, these rules may be viewed as either trivial or as very serious matters. Most of these rules are only relevant within the community from which they emerge, and the list is in a constant state of flux. However, through mimetic mutation, a select few have gained widespread recognition. Additionally, very few of the numbers are consistent, making it common to see various rules either rearranged or entirely substituted. The only numbers that have achieved some level of standardization are Rule 34, Rule 50, and Rule 63, which is exactly what my previous video is, for instance. Interestingly, if we examine the rules that are often mentioned, namely 34, 50, and 63, all three points towards pornography. However, if we pay attention to other rules, they can be extremely beneficial to follow when interacting online, both for the safety of our minds and for our sanity. Among the more prominent rules are, on the internet, rule number 0, don't fuck with cats. Making fun of humans is acceptable since they understand the risk when they go online. However, exploiting animals for attention will lead to serious consequences. Rule number 1, you don't talk about. Rule number 2, you don't talk about. You may have heard someone say that the first rule is this, and when asked what the second rule is, they simply reply, go back to the first rule. This is a reference from the movie Fight Club. Rule number 3, we are anonymous. We are anonymous and it's best to keep it that way. Rule number 4, we are legion. It may seem intimidating, but it actually pertains to the principle of many stones make a mountain. If everyone contributes, we can create a greater impact than you might think. Rule number 5, we do not forgive, we do not forget. The internet is permanent. Nothing is truly erased, so don't act foolishly unless you want to be remembered as foolish. Rule number 6, anonymous can be a horrible, senseless, uncaring monster. This is referred to a person who intentionally disrupts a forum by posting inflammatory comments to provoke its members and/or to completely derail a discussion. Rule number 7, anonymous is still able to deliver. Deliver refers to fulfilling your commitments. This implies that when we all contribute, we can achieve incredible things collectively. Occasionally, it only requires one individual to take the right action to create an impact. Rule number 8, there are no real rules about posting. The rules of this site differ, and no one can compel you to either post or refrain from posting anything. Rule number 9, there are no real rules about moderation either. Enjoy your ban. Caveat to rule number 8, if you behave foolishly or violate the site rules, keep in mind that the ban hammer is always more powerful than you. Rule number 10, is not your personal army. Individuals often visit 4chan, particularly hoping that others will resolve their issues or take revenge on their personal foes for them. The users of 4chan have more important matters to attend to than addressing trivial concerns that the original poster should handle themselves. Rule number 11, no matter how much you love debating, keep in mind that no one on the internet debates. Instead, they will mock your intelligence as well as your parents. Have you ever tried to engage in a serious debate with someone online? Then, when you manage to answer all the points raised, while they fail to do so, their arguments becomes completely irrelevant. They will start insulting your intelligence or even bring up your innocent parents instead. Rule 12. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Keep in mind, the internet lasts indefinitely. It only requires one individual to possess a damaging copy. Rule 13. Anything you say can and will be turned into something else. Returning to the debate situation as an example, sometimes, in various ways, the sentences you write can be misinterpreted or have their meanings altered even with the phrases that are exactly what you wrote. Rule 14. Do not argue with trolls. It means they win. Trolls have no interest in sincere discussion. Their main goal is to seek attention, and they will never engage in a fair argument. The most effective way to overcome a troll is to disregard them, thereby depriving them of the attention and enjoyment they derive from eliciting angry reactions from you. Rule number 15. The harder you try, the harder you will fail. The complexity of the task often determines the level of amazement in failure. Failing at a more intricate project can evoke a greater sense of wonder than a simpler endeavor. This underscores the idea that the challenges we undertake shape our experiences and perceptions of success and failure. However, rule number 16, if you fail in epic proportion, it may just become a winning failure. Rule 17, every win fails eventually. Statistics have not definitely disproven the idea that nothing lasts forever. Celebrate your achievement, but avoid fixating on them. Rule 18. Everything that can be labeled can be hated. Regardless of what you are passionate about, there will always be someone who does not share that love. Labels can also lead to judgment. Embrace the philosophy of life and let live. Rule 19. The more you hate it, the stronger it gets. Hate serves no purpose. Avoid spending your time on it. Rule 20. Nothing is to be taken seriously. Rules 21st to 24. Original content is original only for a few seconds before it's no longer original. Copypasta is made to ruin every last bit of originality. Copypasta is made to ruin every last bit of originality. Every post is always a repost of a repost. This occurs because individuals often save and share content that appeals to them. Some even believe that every concept is merely a variation of another. In summary, original content is non-existent. Rule 25. Relation to the original topic decreases with every single post. Individuals would modify the content of the original post as the dialogue progresses, leading to a situation where the discussion strays significantly from the initial post. Rule 26. Any topic can be easily turned into something totally unrelated. According to Rules 13 and 25, this can readily be the outcome of any discussion. Rule 27. Always question a person's sexual preferences without any real reason. It's advisable not to make assumptions about someone's sexual preferences. Instead, it's better to inquire, as we are all anonymous and don't have a deep understanding of one another online. Rule 28. Always question a person's gender, just in case it's really a man. Similarly, it is more courteous to inquire about a person's gender rather than making assumptions about it. Rule 29. On the internet, men are men, women are also men, and kids are undercover FBI agents. Keep in mind that we are all anonymous, rendering gender irrelevant. Those who disclose their genders in an anonymous context often have hidden agendas. Rule 30. Girls do not exist on the internet. Because anonymity makes gender irrelevant, claiming to be a girl often suggests that the person is not actually a girl and is merely seeking attention. Or they might genuinely be a girl but still trying to attract attention. In either case, seeking attention is a form of trolling. Just ignore them. Rule 31. Tease or get the fuck out. The choice is yours. Any anonymous person asserting they are a girl must share a photo of her breast to validate her claim. If she declines, she is deemed dishonest and must exit. Rule 32. You must have pictures to prove your statement, or anything can be explained with a picture. Images that include timestamps are a common way to demonstrate authenticity on 4chan, as it is easy for someone to simply use Google to locate a suitable image and fabricate a story. Rule 33. Lurk more, it's never enough. When uncertain, refrain from posting. Take the time to read. There's a good chance your answer already exists elsewhere. This also helps you avoid damaging good things and appearing foolish. Do you believe you have enough knowledge to post? If so, it's likely that you do not. Rule 34. If it exists, there is porn of it. No exception. Rule 35. If there is no porn of it, porn will be made of it. Rule 36. No matter how fucked up it is, there is always worse than what you just saw. Rule 37. You cannot divide by zero. Nothing will never turn into something. You must create things for others to enjoy. Additionally, don't attempt to manipulate the site rules to benefit yourself. It won't succeed. Rule 38. No real limits of any kind apply here, not even the sky. The internet encompasses the entire world, showcasing both its positive and negative aspects, all in a single location. How you choose to engage with it is entirely your decision. Rule 39. Caps lock is cruise control for cool. Rule 40. Even with cruise control, you still have to steer. Rule 41. This too isn't funny. Seriously guys, it's worse than Chuck Norris jokes. The more frequently you share a meme, the less amusing it becomes. Additionally, there are certain things that were never particularly funny to begin with, despite people continuing to share them. Repeatedly posting something does not constitute a meme. Such items are referred to as forced meme. Rule 42. Nothing is sacred. Regardless of what you cherish, be ready for those who either don't understand or don't value it. Just as you hope others will honor your preferences, extend that same courtesy to those who may disagree. Embrace the ability to let it go, ignore, and move on. Rule 43. The more beautiful and pure a thing is, the more satisfying it is to corrupt it. Rule 44. If it exists, there is a version of it for your fandom, and it has a wiki and possibly a tabletop version with a theme song performed by a Vocaloid. Rule 45. When one sees a lion, one must get in the car. Rule 46. The internet is serious fucking business. Rule 47. The pool is always closed. A slang expression for when obnoxious people ruin something enjoyable. Pool is closed. It refers to a series of raids executed on Habbo Hotel by users who would block the entrances of well-frequented areas with their black avatars clad in afros and business attire. One of the statements they often used in chat was, "Pools closed due to AIDS." The raids were a response to claims that Habbo moderators had a bias against users of certain skin colors. Rule 48. The only good hentai is Yuri. That's how the internet works. Only exception may be vanilla. This refers to the stereotype of American man and should not be interpreted literally. Keep in mind Rule 42. That's why this particular rule often being paraphrased into simply saying girl on girl is hot. Rule 49. No matter what it is somebody's fetish. Rule 50. A crossover, no matter how improbable, will eventually happen in fan art, fan fiction, or official release material, often through fanfiction of it. Rule 51. Don't worry, there's probably a whole website devoted to whatever you are inquiring about. It definitely has its own wiki at the very least. Rule 52. Chuck Norris is the exception, no exception. Rule 61. There is an aesthetic for everything. Rule 62. It has been cracked and pirated. You can find anything if you look long enough. Rule 63. For every given male character, there is a female version of that character, and vice versa, and there is always porn of that character. Rule 64. Doesn't matter what it is, there is always lore. Individuals online have a tendency to view things through the lens of narratives and stories. Therefore, in line with Rule 13, if something is present, such as an image of a faded, vacant room, a photo of a peanut-shaped sculpture, or even the alphabet, an entire saga filled with legends, heroes, villains, and vast universe will emerge surrounding that object. However, Rule 65, the longer the lore around something is, the weirder it gets. Rule 66, if it has lore, it also has lore from alternate timelines, especially if the main lore is copyrighted by a big power-hungry corporation. And of course, Rule 67, 90% of fanfiction is the stuff of nightmares. Rule 68, everything has a fandom, everything. Rule 69, nice. Rule 70, do not talk about the 100 million GAT failure. I'm not sure about this one, it's likely pertain to some past events related to a 4chan site. Let me know in the comments. Rule 72, if a song exists, there's a Megalovania version of it. Are you familiar with Undertale? Rule 77, the internet makes you stupid. Rule 78, if something is popular, there's brain rot of it. Rule 79, if something is popular and there's no brain rot of it, it's coming soon. Rule 80, gore is always present on the internet. Rule 86, if something has two colors, it can play bad apple. Bad apple most commonly refers to a single bad person who has a negative influence on a group, originating from the proverb, one bad apple spoils the whole bunch. Rule 2763, they can see you. The importance of awareness and transparency, reminding us that our actions and presence are often more visible to others than we might assume. This serves as a crucial reminder to act with intention and mindfulness in all situations. So those are the rules of the internet. If we count them, there are about 70, because some numbers were skipped and I don't know why. I hope that if you know which rule I missed or any new rules, you can write them in the comments. What are your thoughts about it all? I am Fury Rust, thanks for watching and I'll see you down the line.